In this video, we're going to show how to install the AspectJ plugin for NetBeans IDE 8. There's a few files you're going to need to get to begin with, and these links are provided in the description below. NetBeans.org is the site to get the IDE, although we use this one from Oracle, which has Java 7 and NetBeans 8.02 pre-bundled. And then you'll need to get the AspectJ plugin. Make sure you use the one from the University of Maryland University College. That's the one for NetBeans 8. And you'll need AspectJ, which you can get from the AspectJ site, and you'll want to get one of the jar files. We used 8.1.5. Once you download the plugin, it will be a .mvm file, and the AspectJ will be a jar file. The first thing you need to do is open the AspectJ jar file. You can use WinRAR or WinZip. And navigate into the library, and you'll see a jar file called AspectJ-rtjar.jar. Extract that, because we're going to need that when we start our application. Next, when we bring up NetBeans, we want to install the plugin first. So we're going to go to Tools, Plugin, and Downloaded, and say Add Plugins, and select that NBM file that we downloaded from the NetBeans plugin site. I already had it installed once. I'm just going to say yes here. You may not get that message. And then click the Install button. And you'll get this message confirming there should be 6 plugins. Say Next. Agree to the terms. Say Install. You will get this message about the plugins not being signed. Don't worry about that. Say Continue. And when it's done, restart the IDE. And that normally takes a minute. And to confirm that we've done it correctly, we'll write a simple program with an aspect to confirm that the plugin is installed correctly and working. One second here when it comes back up. Once it's installed, you'll notice some additional buttons across the top, and those are the buttons we will be using for aspects. So let's begin and make a new project. File New, say Next, and we'll call this Test AOP. And say Finish. And whatever project you're working with AspectJ, it has to be set as the main project. So do File Run, or Run, Set Main Project. And if I had 2 Aspect projects, I would have to, every time I switched between the 2, I would have to switch the main project. Next thing I want to do is open up the library folder and right-click on the library and say Add Jar, and select that AspectJ-rt.jar file that we extracted earlier. Now the first button you'll see says AJ in big letters, and you click that to enable aspects, and click it again to disable. So we want to make an application with aspects. Next, let's just make a class. So if I say New Java class, and let's call the class Test. And let's just give it one method, and let's call the method Test. And let's have the method write print to standard output testing. And in the main class, let's make an instance of test and call that test method. So if I run this, it writes testing on the screen. Now let's add an aspect to it, and the first thing I want to do is right click and say new, other, and you'll see an AspectJ folder. I'll select the template LST build configuration file, and let's name this the same as the project, test AOP. And you'll get a file kind of like this. And now let's add an aspect, new, other, and let's use the AspectJ template, and we'll call this my aspect. And just for the sake of time, I'm just going to paste an aspect that I've created. So the name of the aspect has to match the name of the file, which is my aspect, and this will run before any command, any method that's called is executed that returns anything of any object type method named test. So we have a method test in class test, and it will print this is my aspect on the screen. Next thing you have to do is click this drop down box, and you should see your LST file, and select it. And then when you click on the button beside it here, it will build the application. May not be a bad idea to do a clean project once. And then to run it, you click the smaller green button here. And you'll notice the output says this is my aspect. That comes from the aspect, and testing comes from the method. And you'll notice that it occurred before the method ran. And that's about it. And just make sure that you name your aspect file the same as the aspect, and that you always switch your set main project when you switch between multiple AspectJ projects. Thank you.